Let's begin. Good morning, guys. Welcome to spelling class. The king who hated cheese. Unit 9. That's our unit. That's the topic we're gonna work this week. The king who hated cheese on unit 9. So let's start by reading this story. Once upon a time, there was a king named Jack who hated smelly cheese. The smell made the king feel uneasy. King Jack declared it a crime to make or eat cheese in his kingdom. Anyone breaking the law would be convicted of a crime. King Jack was married to Queen Feta, and they had a beautiful daughter, Brie. She and the other children in the kingdom grew up without even knowing that cheese existed. Now King Jack had been arguing with the monarch who ruled a nearby kingdom. Both kings laid claim to a mountain that stood between their lands. They both had strong feelings about the issue and grumbled about it constantly. Finally, the two kings met to discuss the problem. To their surprise, they found they liked one another. They became good friends and agreed to sign a treaty that would solve the problem. The treaty said that the mountain belonged to both kingdoms. It also contained a provision stating that as a show of united between the kingdom, Princess Brie would marry Prince Colby, the son of the other king. Prince Colby arrived at King Jack's palace with a large present for his bride-to-be. When Brie opened the package, she saw the cheese and a note that the prince had enclosed. Brie was puzzled, for she had never seen cheese before. "Stop," King Jack said. "Don't touch it." Then he pointed at Prince Colby. "You have broken one of my laws. No cheese allowed. Guards, take him into the dungeon." In the meantime, Princess Brie had no idea of the problem and had taken a huge bite of the cheese. "Yummy," she said in earnest. Then she turned to her father and said, "All my life you have loved and nourished me. Why have you not let me eat this delicious cheese?" The king was horrified. Now Princess Brie will have to be disciplined as well. So he sent his only daughter to the dungeon. But as Brie was leaving, the queen also ate a slice of cheese. The king's advisor, the cooks, and the servants all took a taste too. Before long, everyone ended up in the dungeon. At that point, only King Jack remained in the palace. He looked at the big piece of cheese, but now its edges were all jagged and uneven. It was quiet in the palace, and King Jack could think freely. He stared at the cheese. It was not a quick action, rather, it was very gradual. He moved his hand closer and closer to the cheese and pinched off a small piece. He sniffed it and decided it was not smelly. Then he put it into his mouth. He murmured, "This is delicious." He ran to the dungeon and freed everyone. He declared a grand feast for the wedding and asked the prince if more cheese could be sent for immediately. The wedding was held the very next day. Of course, Princess Brie and Prince Colby lived happily ever after. New cheeses were made and named after the king and queen. So the next time you eat a piece of Brie, Colby, Jack, or feta cheese, you can think of this story. Now, Let's discuss the definitions. Quickly, Isabella. Look at this definition. Convict, to prove or judge, to be guilty. To prove or judge to be guilty. The jury voted to convict the defendant. Okay, so it's guilty, it's culpable. As a noun, is a person who has been. What it is?
Convict, what is?
Culpable.
Culpable.
In a prison, a convict is usually given a job to do. Sí, es como un convicto, una persona que cometió un crimen. Okay?
Okay.
Discipline, punishment, training that results in obedience and self-control, orderly behavior, control gained by enforcing rules of conduct, a branch of knowledge. Drill instructors insist on strict military discipline. To punish is as a verb, right? Discipline as a verb is to punish, to train in proper behavior, to bring under control. The principal knows how to discipline road lead students. Dungeon, a dark room. So it could be like a room in jail, como un calabozo. A dark room or cell used as a prison, usually underground.
Miss, but what is a calabozo? What?
This one, it's like a jail, como una cárcel.
It's a prison, but it's named a calabozo.
Kind, yes, because this story talks about kings and queens.
King and princess. And I see that castle has a prison and a calabozo.
No, jails now has only, the prison now doesn't have calabozos, I think. This one was dungeons were used many times ago.
He has a calabozo.
Yeah, because it's a king and queen story. So that is the story described the terror of being locked in a dungeon. Earnest is serious, important, or grave. An earnest desire to help others may lead a person to choose a career in medicine. An earnest desire to help others may lead a person to choose a career in medicine. Enclosed is to surround on every side, to close up, inside, or fence off, to include with something else. See, enclosed, if we have animals, we enclose them inside a fence. It could be, no, that's to surround on every side, como un corralito, for example, for a baby. The baby is in un corral, so it's enclosed. Yes. Because a fence surrounds all the sides.
You put the foot of the animal.
Now, gradual, happening step by step or by degrees. Like the problem we solved in math. We solve the problem gradually, step by step. We answer the multiplications first, then addition and subtractions, right? So we solve the problem gradually, step by step. There may be gradual improvement in a patient's condition after surgery. Grumble, to complain angrily, but not loudly. To grow. Many people grumble when they have to wait on a long time, okay? Complain angrily. Complain es quejarse, but when a person is complaining, angry,
the person is so hungry in the...
No, that's another word. That's another word. You say when a person is hungry. Okay, when people are hungry, sometimes they complain angrily. Angrily is another word. Hungry is when you want to eat something, when you need to eat food. Hungry. But angrily is when you are mad. when you are upset. Okay? That's
Okay.
angry. So complain es quejarse. But if you are making a complaint, you don't make it with a smile in your face. You're angry. Complain about something. Okay? Now the next one, jogged. Oh, as announced is a growling sound, a muttered complaint. The flight delay brought a grumble from the passengers. Yeah, it happens. Okay. Jagged with a rough or sharp edge, irregular or harsh. If you have a circle, let's say this is a circle. Pero the edge is like this. So this is jagged. This is jagged because it's not round. See? It's jagged. That's what it is because it's even with a rough or sharp edge, como con filo, con puntas. That's jagged. I cut my hand on a jagged piece of broken glass. Mire, corté mi mano en un jagged piece of broken glass because it was like that. Nourish is to feed or help grow and develop. We nourish the babies. We nourish the babies. We nourish the babies. Okay. What happened, Ryan? It's 12:01. The class began 20 minutes ago. What happened? Ryan? Microphone, please. Ryan, what happened?
Me.
Hmm?
What is the word down from the word?
What word?
This.
Wait.
As you saw, Suraya.
I underlined this one. Oh, no, because I was explaining this one. Nothing así como important. That's what the word that I was explaining. Ryan, what happened to you?
I eating.
What happened? You forgot that you have class?
No.
So, what happened?
I go to eat.
You went to eat, but it was not lunchtime. In 10 minutes, it's lunchtime. Okay, so you have to send me the pages we are working in Schoology. Because I know you connected late. Okay, so continue. Provision, the act of supplying or making available. A stock of food or supplies. A step taken in advance. A condition, as in a contract. A good hotel makes everything possible provision for its guests. As a verb is to supply with food or materials. It takes tons of food to provision an army. Yeah, that's true. They need a lot of provision. Now, treaty, an agreement. Treaty is an agreement. Es un acuerdo. It's a contract between two countries. A right after talks and compromise, the legal document representing such an agreement.
Miss, you can repeat treaty. What is?
It's an agreement. Es un contrato. Es un acuerdo. But it's written. It's something legal. Es un compromiso. That's a treaty. Okay. And it is between countries. It is between countries. Sebastian, Uneasy, feeling worry or unsure, causing discomfort. Okay? I often feel uneasy before a final exam. Sebastián,
¿Ya?
¿se conectó antes o hasta ahorita se conecta?
Me conecto hasta ahorita porque tuve problemas con el internet. Es que se me fue y no me pude conectar antes.
Ok. So, usted también me tiene que enviar el trabajo a Schoology. Now, next page. Page 92. For each word below, choose the word whose meaning is suggested by the clue given. Then write the word in the space, provided good teaches a person self-control. How can you control your behavior? Sometimes we get mad, but we need to control ourselves in order to avoid problems. So, and we do it because we have good what? We have good what?
Good ready.
Good treaty, but treaty is an agreement between countries.
Oh, yes.
Provision.
Provision, but provisions is supplies, is food.
No, no, it's document.
Discipline, good discipline teaches a person self-control.
It's of the cardinal is discipline.
The cage that my parakeet is filled with toys. The cage that my parakeet. A parakeet is a bird. Es un bird. Where do we have birds? Normally. Where? Where do we have birds? Normally. Where? Class, hello? The cage. The cage that nourishes. But nourishes is to feed, is to take care. Closes, yes. The cage that encloses my parakeet is filled with toys. A written agreement between countries is called a
Combined.
treaty. Treaty, exactly. It is asked about that word and I say it and I repeat it. Number 4, someone serious in manner might be described as
Gradual.
but it says that it's serious.
Jag.
I also make a drawing about a jag circle. But the 8 is jag.
Uneasy.
Earnest. It is earnest, serious. And the definitions of earnest says serious. People who feel awkward or nervous may say they are. Awkward is como incómodo. Sometimes we go to visit people or maybe people come to our house.
You are earnest.
Word.
And
Nos
you
sentimos
are
como incómodos. What is it? Nervous, awkward and nervous. What is it? What word?
The sea.
The sea. but the C was the previous one. I need boys because boys never participate. Just Jose Enrique.
Gradual.
No,
Gradual.
boys only, please. Boys only.
Daddy.
Sí.
Daddy.
May I go to the bathroom, please?
Yes, you may. The D. No, it's not the D. Because D is jagged. Jagged, like this glass. Este glass is jagged. Mire, tiene sharp ends. That one is not nervous. Doesn't have to be with that glass.
The B. B.
Is the A. Uneasy. That's the new single of Adele. Uneasy. Is no, easy on me. Easy on me is the new song of Adele. A jury will. A defendant, it believes to be guilty. A jury, a defendant, it believes to be guilty.
Provision.
Convict.
Convict. Human hair and fingernails grow at a. How do our hair and the nails grow? The nail doesn't grow in one day like this size, the nail. Then we cut it and it grow again like this or like this. How does it grow? How does it grow? Boys, how does it grow? Human hair and fingernails. The nails, this one are nails, fingernails. How do they grow? Fast? Boys? Hello, boys.
Gradual.
Gradual. No, they grow gradual. Step by step. Lentamente, poco a poco. The castle had a dark for captives.
The C.
Provision.
The C.
The C is a Dagian. If you drop a glass like this one, it will probably break into a glass like this picture. Boys, quickly, get me a word.
Gadget.
The B.
Gadget.
Jagged. To complain in a low but angry voice is to angry voice. Boys, microphones. Alan has microphones on and the rest. Options. Complain.
Enclosed.
The A is
Enclosed.
No, it's not enclosed. And we already use encloses here. We already use that word. Before you go away on vacation, you should make for someone to take care of your pet. Someone to take care of your pets. Provision. Make provisions. No, dungeon es un calabozo. It doesn't make sense. Adults help babies to grow and develop by. It's the only word we haven't used. Nourishing. Yes. Grow a baby, take care of it. Diego, I have a person asking, está en el waiting room y dice Diego Cruz. Is it you?
I am entering with the computer because my phone is going to, I have the low battery.
Okay. Okay, so no homework. Did you finish copying this? Did you copy everything?
Yes.
Yes?
Look.
Yes.
Okay, let me change the question. Let me change the question.
No homework.
Yes, you do. You have homework. Okay, let me change the question. Who is copying?
I finished.
Who is
Just say
copying?
who's copying, not to fin, not who
Who's
finished.
copying? No one. Okay,
Me,
yes,
me.
you do have a homework in this class. The homework is 2 pages, I think. 2 pages from your book, okay? Thank you for your attention. Show me your books.